Namo Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate. Namo Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate. Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Siddha Swarup Ananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Siddha Swarup Ananda Paramahamsa Baca Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaurabhakta Vrinda Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Haribol, Krishna Haribol. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama 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 Madana Mohana Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Sira Swarup Ananda Paramahamsa Jaya Jaya Sira Swarup Ananda Paramahamsa Namo Sira Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate
Haribol Namaste. Good morning, everyone. So let's continue what we have been discussing yesterday. So to open the discussion, I like to recall and reiterate again the instruction of Saint Prabhupada to Maharaj Nimi. So Saint Prabhupada is discussing what is relevant and important to all of us. It is about the nature of this material world. That this world is a place of suffering. Okay? And to be able to be free from this world of suffering, one must be with wisdom coming from God Himself. How we can connect our lives to what is pleasing to God. So we have discussed already that the nature of the soul, all of us, one character is awareness. Awareness. Yeah? You're aware. So now, what you are aware with, what your outlook is, awareness, the person, us, who is in this body, how we identify ourselves. So that will be our outlook. So Saint Prabhupada is telling us that this place is a place of misery. And this body that we have now is also the source of our suffering, or will be the medium to help us be free from this suffering. So meaning, activities we do, awareness that we are the person perceiving, okay? So, for example, if you identify yourself as this body, then you're identifying yourself with the source of suffering already. Because the body undergoes changes, everything that your body is connected with will be separated. Inevitably, when you leave the body, or that person leaves the body, or something happens. So when you identify with this body, the source of suffering, and that is your focus, your awareness is focused upon the source of suffering. So definitely, you'll be experiencing this pain. And another factor is this. What puts us in this condition? It is the false ego. We try to imitate the Supreme Person. We play surrogate God. For example, false body identification. You think you're the body. And then what happens? You identify with the body, and you also identify in this false ego, you identify someone as an extended false ego. So you're attached now to this body, and this body is the cause of suffering, and then your awareness now is extended towards that person, the false ego, extended false ego, the person in that body. Okay? You're suffering already, and then experiencing the living entity, aware that yes, I experience pain, birth, death, disease, and old age. And you cannot see that if you identify yourself as the body, because you'll be identifying with the source of suffering, and you're trying to run away from suffering. But it's hard because your awareness is focused upon this body. And not only that, when you come in contact with other living entities through the influence of the modes of material nature, another person, an extended false ego, my son, my daughter. So that person is suffering, and the body you are now in is a cause of suffering, and now the suffering extended upon that meditation, upon that person, because your search for happiness is upon that person who is in that body, who is also suffering. Understand? You understand? So, it is very clear that Saint Prabhupada is telling us, yeah, you must be aware of your identity. That's why our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, the first wisdom, knowledge that he passed on to us is about our true transcendental essence. The difference between matter and life, he puts it forward that awareness is the characteristic of the soul, you, and matter is different from us. So if your attachment, your life in meditation is focused upon identifying with yourself with the source of suffering, and that is your awareness, your consciousness, your attachment is in the source of with the source of suffering, then you don't not blame anybody else, because your meditation is focused upon identifying with the suffering. Understand? So when you are engaging in a process, you're given the opportunity to become free, to be liberated with wisdom. But because for so long, we have been identifying with the source of suffering. So, whatever result that we will experience, it's not based upon others implementing or imposing that upon us. It is you. Because you identify yourself as the source of suffering. You understand? So you don't blame anybody. No, you don't blame anybody. Then you begin to ask this question, because for all your your focus when you're selfish, you're in this false bodily identification. It's all about you. And you want to experience relief, happiness. You want to be relieved from this pain. And then you look around, you see around, this is the cause of my suffering. The work is the cause of my suffering. These people are the cause of my suffering. No, it's not that. It is your awareness in ignorance, identifying yourself as the body. You're in jail. And what is that jail? Your identification, your ignorance. This false bodily identification. And definitely, when you are in this ignorance, the desire, the search for happiness, the desire in the mind will be a focus, activities you'll be engaging in, following it. And it is centered and focused around the fruits of your activities. You want to taste the fruits. And you are the recipient of that fruits. And you engage in activities. And then definitely you will experience the result. You become attached in false ego, identifying yourself as the body, your search for happiness, your love. This is my son, you know. He looks cute, you know. He looks cute, you know. But do you really see his consciousness, his activities? If he's servant of the senses, he's servant of the mind, he follows the desire, then he's in great trouble. And how can you help him? How can you really love him? By giving him the wisdom that is being given to you and the process that you can apply so you can be connected with your true transcendental nature and activities that will give you happiness. The focus now is different. On one hand, your focus, your meditation, through your conditioning, your thinking, I'm this body. And Saint Prabhupada is telling us, this place is a world of misery. No, don't ever think, because that there's relief here. This is a place of suffering. And now, you're identifying yourself as the body. And your desire is focused upon activities that will encumber you. You will become so much imprisoned in this world of suffering, because your meditation is meditation upon an environment that is continually changing. This material world, this body, you're just temporary in the body, and you identify yourself as a body. And because previously the character that you have developed, the conditioning is you identify with the body. So it's very hard. So don't ever blame anybody else about what's happening to you. You ask this question, why me? Why not you? You're ignorant. You don't know anything. You touch fire, you get burned. Tell you, oh, don't touch that fire, you'll get burned. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm intelligent. What can we do? You get a hammer, you hammer your head. We're telling, Saint Prabhupada is advising Maharaj King Nimi to listen from someone who can guide us, that our meditation and our focus will not be focused upon this temporary material world, but rather see it as an opportunity. Like you have this human form of body. You have this intelligence. If you have, and it's guided with wisdom by God, by the spiritual master, then you can use this physical body, this machine, for your liberation, for your salvation. And what is that salvation? Becoming free from this ignorance. Learn the science, apply it. Just like what you did previously when you went to school. You learned the science of economics. What is it all about? Getting something from the material world. Your shelter, your focus, money. Because money is shelter. I'm not saying you should not work. By nature, you'll be working because you have to maintain your body. But the focus is getting something. But will it really? You have put so much time in this body. What is 100 years? Relatively speaking, compared to eternity. And if your meditation is upon this temporary world, then you will not experience this connection with doing the will of God and experiencing God's love and an experience of fulfillment in your heart. You will be experiencing a life that is dead because your focus is garnering, getting something from this dead world. And you waste your human form of life, the opportunity, instead of the opportunity that you have, that we have, that this human form of life, we can be in meditation, we can be with wisdom and apply and listen through the guidance of God Himself, that this place is a place of suffering. Definitely, you put your love upon someone. You know, my cute child, you know, El Bonito, you know, si Chiquito, you know, Gamatoy, di ba? So cute. But when that person grows, the body grows. He is in the body, He doesn't grow, but he's in the body. And that body grows, it turns differently, no? Before, he's really cute. Ngayon, nakakatakot na. Hindi na cute. Kasi iba na yung ginagawa. He's different now. You know? He's engaging in activities that's, wow, weird. You know? But you're attached to that person. You love that person. Yeah? But deflected upon the body. You're not with wisdom that, yes, you can help that person with the wisdom as the wisdom that's coming from the saintly person help you. Okay? So that's the reason I want to tell you something that don't blame anyone. A certain activity leads to a certain consciousness. And your awareness in ignorance that you're the body will be the cause of your suffering. And this false ego, falsely identifying yourself as the controller, as God, surrogate God, I'll do my will. I'll choke out this miserable world with my own decision. That is not true. You will be guided by your desire. You will be guided by your desire. And desire will be guided and influenced by the modes of material nature. For example, I'll tell you the problem that most of the Maya or illusion puts us in jail. How? Through the modes of material nature. For example, you identify yourself as the body. Yeah? For example, a young man, you know, he's really passionate, you know, identifies with the body, you know, in vanity, you know, I'm macho, you know, and the modes of passion, you know. So you're driven by the modes of passion. The desire in the mind is influenced by the mode of passion. So what happens? Because it's never satisfied, and you are not the desire. And your awareness and focus, you become attached to that form. For example, in a male form, you're in a male form now. You get attached to that form of a woman, you know. But with ignorance, you're not seeing the person. You're just seeing the form, okay? You're just seeing the form. But if you have this wisdom coming from Saint Prabhupada, that the body is the source of misery, you can immediately analyze. That's why there's analytical study of matter. That the person is inside the body, and the body is made out of matter. What is in science? What is the body made out of? Material elements, yeah? Water. 80% of your body is made out of water. What protects you from the environment now of this COVID or whatever? Your skin. If you see, if there's a zipper, you can take out the skin. What will you see? The flesh. If you take out the flesh, what will you see? The veins. You take up the veins, what will you see? The bones. Yeah? You open the stomach, you know? Or the face, you take it out. You know? Face up. Not face slip, that face slip, you pull it. Face up. What do you see? You see the eyes, yeah? So, understanding the nature of the body, that is the body, you are not the body, it's made out of matter. You are the person seeing through the eyes, hearing through the ears. Then your attachment is now deflected upon that form. But that is not enough to protect you. To see that this world is a place of misery. What will protect us is we should be reinstated in a world that is transcendental to this world of misery. The true life should be connected with life. And what is that all about? It is about devotion. It's about service. We are religion or spirituality. Real religion, not so-called religiosity. It is based upon activities, rendering service. And if that service is directed upon God, the Supreme Person, through the process that is given to us, then success is guaranteed. And through the process that is being given to us, the holy names, what will happen? We become purified from this misgiving and misconception that we are this body. And it's not enough to just see this world as a place of suffering, because by nature, you will be searching for happiness. What is important is to connect ourselves in devotion to experience a higher taste. And what is that higher taste? To do the will of someone, to love someone eternally, to give our love. And that love is only satiated if it is connected with pleasing God. That gives you protection. That's why, if you look closely, our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, or Saint Prabhupada, in a way, we just heard his teaching, inseparable from his life, from his understanding. But he's not there to always tell us, hey, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Why? Because he connects us with this devotion through the practice of chanting the holy names, the yoga sound that draws away the mind from matter. Not only that, the 9 process of devotional service, hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, activities that the soul, you, can engage in, that will protect you and free you from this imprisonment. What is the imprisonment that all of us are experiencing? The desire in our mind. You don't need to run, you know. You don't need to run. You cannot run. We are all in prison. But with wisdom, you can be in clarity of your true transcendental nature. You will not be touched. You will be the witness. And you will not be the servant of the desire, because you will not be focusing upon the fruits. Activities you do will not be an endeavor to get the fruits that the desire is promising you, the mind is promising you, the modes is influencing you. So it's a science you must understand, to be free, because we're all in prison. So I'll read to you here Krishna's instruction, how we can be guided. So, the source of suffering is we're in an environment of suffering. Miserable world. And not only that, we have this field of activity, this body, this machine is also the source of suffering. And you identify with the source of suffering. And your focus is an eternal quest that is never achieved. An eternal endeavor, because the soul who is aware is eternal. But your focus is upon this temporary body to find happiness and squeeze and eat and touch what you think, your conditioning of false bodily identification to find happiness through the senses. So awareness is very important, and that awareness must be transcendental. You, the person. So you can look closely. Whatever you did in the past did cause you to experience suffering. Attachment, activities you did. You just look at your life. Are you having this consciousness wherein you are the witness, your heart is satiated? Do you have shelter? Or your shelter is the turbulent mind with all the innumerable desire? You can check. So the science that we have been given, this blessing, this gift, is God's love upon us through His representative, who are all confidential, loving servant of God. The pure devotee of God, who wants us to be situated in our true, eternal activities that we will be engaging in. The life, you, the person, while in this body, while in this prison, you can now purify the mind, the heart, by the process that is being given to us. The yoga sound, the Maha Mantra, the great chanting for deliverance, God Himself. What you did do with your senses, your life previously. That is your consciousness now. That is your attachment. And if you're attached to this world, you identify with the body and attach to your extended false ego. And this world, this is your home. Then definitely you're suffering. You won't get out of suffering. You'll be a miserable person. You'll always be grumbling. Why me? Why me? Why not you, asshole? Diba? You've been a thief. We're all thieves. We don't own anything. We're using, and because of this disease of materialism, we have become hedonists, narcissistic. Our search for happiness is never satisfied. We see this world, as a world for our consumption. And we are not appreciating the lows here. Our heart has become so hard. We are not understanding the laws of karma because we are not all powerful. Whatever we do, there is a reaction. And this science will help us to be able to be situated in a world that is transcendental, a world there's no suffering, while even in this world. Why? Because you'll not be identifying with the source of suffering. Not only that, your happiness is doing the will of someone who is your eternal friend that will protect you. Your love is directed upon doing what he wants. And not only that, because he's the source of everything, material or spiritual, it's like watering the root of the tree. You're with his wisdom. You put your lives in his hands because definitely everything is in his hand because he's the supreme controller. That's why he's addressed as the supreme person, God, who has inconceivable potency. And us, we are minute living entities. We're not, although spiritual, by nature, transcendental, we're not all powerful. We can become covered by material nature as what is happening now. We are subjugated, covered by this body, this machine. And why is it? Because of our meditation, because of where we're thinking. And as you sow, you shall reap. Whatever you do, you'll reap the result. Whatever state of consciousness you remember in this lifetime, where your heart is at the time you leave this body, then that will be your meditation, that will be your focus, that will be your happiness, that will be what you will be longing for. And if you are longing in meditation, your heart is focused upon this miserable world, then you come back here. So I'll read these teachings from Lord Krishna to guide us so we can have this wisdom that the spirit soul who is eternally aware can redirect his awareness, his activities now in what is transcendental. Transcendental means not touched by this world. It is a relationship that is eternal in doing what is pleasing to God. One is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every act is devoid of desire for sense gratification. He is said by sages to be a worker whose fruitive action is burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge. So under the guidance of the representative of God, because by nature, we are all individuals who have different tendencies and activities that we are inclined to do, action. So he guides us how our activities can be dovetailed in devotional service, karma yoga. So in this line of disciplic succession coming from God, the great saintly person, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Lord Chaitanya, our Gurudev, advise us to engage in activities of devotional service. And it begins with hearing the holy names of God, discussing about the pastimes of God, the glories of God, that is eternal, that is about life. about love that is inseparable from what we're longing for. Chanting the holy names, hearing, remembering. So if you're attached to this body, what do you remember every day? Your focus. The desire in your mind to fulfill it. Your attachment, you remember that every day. And that form you remember is not really, it's an illusion. Because you're not the body. You understand? Aham Brahmasmi, we talk about you're not the body, you're not the body. The first basic realization and understanding, we must understand, Aham Brahmasmi, I'm not this body. And substantiate it with spiritual activities. Action in the service of God, guided by our spiritual master, begins with the chanting of the holy names, hearing, remembering, meaning activities that is completely different from the dictates of the mind, the desire. Because desire are all temporary. It's not eternal. For example, your in bodily identification. Because of your activities, a person in the body of a man, the mind, the desire, the person wants now to enjoy relationship. For example, a man in the body of a man, he wants a relationship with another man because the mind wanted a taste of a relationship. The mind tells you, why don't you try to be, the gay, the homosexual, they say, it's a consciousness, the desire to relate to another form, that human form, male. And the mind tells, you are a girl, And that consciousness, it's manifested through your action. You look around. They wear miniskirts, Because the desire, they follow the desire. So they're thinking, I'm a girl. So they don't have these boobs. So they go put silicone to have these boobs. They have this, they take off all the hair, What do? They take medication. So instead of the boys telling them, you know what I think? You know what I think? The desire. You identify with the desire. You think, I'm a girl. So that's why you act like a girl. Diba? Then if you think naman, the desire is, you're in a woman's body, You want a relationship with a beautiful girl, You have to show your macho, You put tattoo, Put earrings, Cut your hair like the Marines, 001. Meditate. I love you, Will you marry me? You see, it's all the desire in the mind. And you identify with the body, the mind and the desire, you go crazy. You don't blame anyone. The imprisonment is this ignorance. And why are we ignorant? Because we want to play God. We are envious of God. We imitate Krishna. That's why we're here. And we're not all powerful. We're not self-sufficient. That's why material nature or Maya tricks us. You think you can overcome, you can dominate God? No. No. So that's why there's a problem. And one time I was reading this news. There's this person. He identifies himself as the body, and the mind, he's thinking, I'm a woman, identifying with the desire. So what he did was, he had this, he went to a doctor and had that sex change, Now, she's seemingly from the outside, she's a woman, She got these boobs, sexy walk, mini skirt, She can now wear two-piece bikini while in the beach, show her body, Look at me, love me, The source of happiness is when people, wow, you're so beautiful with this skimpy bikini, hiding something. What are you hiding? Because you're following the desire in the mind. And that's why when you identify yourself as the body, the desire in the mind, sometimes you experience in your mind weird things and you're in front of your friend, Huh? Especially because of our experience previously, activities we did, it's all there in your mind. And you're with someone, and comes here, the activities you did in the past. It's about the passion activities that you feel, no, I should not do that. You don't want to experience, you don't want to do it. And you feel ashamed when you're talking to that person. But if you identify with the desire, the mind, then you have a problem. So the devotee, it's not that he cannot see the desire that he did experience previously. He knows about it. Now he's focusing his life in doing the will of God. So he's not thinking. Because he doesn't need to prove himself that, to be loved, to be cared. You don't need to show anything to God. He knows you. He loves you. You're naked in front of God. All the issues you did previously is irrelevant. It's about your love. Now, you can direct it in humbleness. Take shelter of Him. Follow the process. You don't need to put up something to be loved. Just like what you do, play in this world. Diba? To be loved. To get love, what do? You play games, You play games. Mind games. How cute you are, Oh, how are you? You're gorgeous today, All these games you play, And it's all about this external world. So the devotee is someone who is focused within. He knows his true identity, realized, understood, and is now engaged in the science of devotional service, engaging his senses, his body, his life in the process of devotional service. That's why he chants. He offers to God. For all those years, who's your master? Yourself. Whom do you offer? The altar of the senses. Diba? You offer to the altar of the senses. You work so hard, because that is the setup of the economic school, this materialistic school, to get something. And whatever you get, the fruits, you offer it to yourself. And how? To this false bodily identification, the altar of the senses. You worship it. Now you ask this question, where are you heading? Where are you heading? So Lord Krishna tells us that the devotee, you the person, when you realize, understand, you have understood completely your true transcendental nature and activities that you should be engaging will be the source, will be the cause of your liberation and your success, and that is under the guidance of God. But when you're in illusion, thinking you're God, thinking you're the master, the altar, the focus is upon this dead world. So you don't need to search for, you don't need to, you don't need to be asking this question, why are you suffering? Because your focus, your direction is upon this world of suffering. You must become free from it. You must become free as Lord Saint Prabhupada advises. Is it clear to everybody? Because you have to assess your life. I have to assess my life. Am I progressing or am I regressing? Am I free or am I imprisoned? And what is that imprisonment that caused me so much pain and suffering? False bodily identification. What is the consciousness? Lordship. What activities I do? Following the desire. And the altar I offer are my senses. Me, the center. And you are not even touched by what you're offering. Because it's matter. The food you eat, the sound you hear, it never touches you, it never fulfills you. It's dead matter. But with the science of Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, guided by the saintly person, guided by God Himself, activities gives life. You can dance the whole day, What do? They get this. What do they call that? They get someone who teaches them how to dance. What do they call that? dance instructor, they have another term for that, you know. Huh? No. Di ba? Not trainer. Di ba? These old ladies, they want to dance, you know. They want to do the tango, you know. But they need someone. They hire someone, di ba? And they dance tango, you know. Nang, nang, nang. Zumba, you know. Whom are you trying to offer the altar? Your senses, you. But in chanting the glories of God, you dance for Krishna. You don't need to be a great dancer. You don't need to be choreographed. You can dance your heart out and dance and sing, Krishna, Krishna, please protect me. Krishna, you dance for His pleasure. And the more you dance, the more you become purified. The more you want to dance, it becomes natural for you. But if you just dance the dance of death with someone who is already dead, then there's no life. Activities must be connected with life, devotional service, in harmony with the will of God. That is the science we are trying hard to understand and learn, but not by our own self, but with the mercy, with God's guidance and the blessing of the devotees of God. We're not alone. So the endeavor, the experience of the soul, you're very safe because you're in good hands. You're under the guidance of God Himself. Now, if you can appreciate this, then you can take part in this program. Haribol Namaste.
Namo Sira Swarupananda, Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestaya Te.
Namo Sira Swarupananda, Paramahamsa Namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestaya Te.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Dayanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Swarupananda